What's up, everybody? Today, I got a treat just for you. But maybe it isn't quite just a treat. We're going to find out what Chat GPT really thinks about you and Canadians living in Canadian cities with some rude stereotypes. So let's get right into it. Don't change the channel and let's have some fun.
I know the ops, man, I'm getting money and I'm flexing.
All right, folks, welcome to the Stereotype Showdown, where guess that city or province, where the clues are just a little biased, but the fun is all real. Here's how it works. I'm going to give our contestants two stereotypes, and they're going to have to guess which Canadian city or province we're talking about. If they can't get it with the first two, I'll toss in a third to make things even more interesting. Once they guess correctly, we'll dive into whether the stereotypes hold any truth or if they're just a bunch of overblown ideas. Ready, contestant?
We ready? Let's go.
So when you get all three clues, let's see if you can guess the city or province. When you guess correctly, we'll discuss whether those stereotypes are spot on or a little bit off the mark. Okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, let's play.
All right.
So here's two stereotypes. Province. Gun-toting cowboys.
You're speaking your final words.
And American wannabes. Can you guess the province?
Gun-toting cowboys and American wannabes. Cowboys. Would that be Saskatchewan?
Close. Here's a third. Rednecks and oil workers.
Red? Oh, is that BC or Alberta?
It's Alberta. A little bit of a clue. Love Alberta,
Okay,
absolutely. No matter what they say about Alberta, that is where the heart is. Absolute Manitoban, but I absolutely love Alberta. That's where I plan to hang my hat when I retire. Much love for the Albertans, keeping our economy growing here in the West. All right, ready for another one?
Let's go.
All right, another province. Here's two stereotypes. Can't handle the winter and big city snobs.
Can't handle the winter. I'm gonna say Vancouver.
You had it right the first time. It's
Toronto?
Ontario. The third clue to this one is property obsessed.
Oh, okay. Damn. Yeah, Ontario for sure then.
This is not my personal view of the provinces. This is all through what Chat GPT says.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do here. We got another province for you. Okay.
All right.
Anti-English and rude and arrogant.
Quebec.
Ding! You got it! First try. Yeah, it's Quebec. All right, so we're going to go through some cities, and I'm going to give you two clues. And if you can't guess it, I'll give you a third clue, and then we're going to go back and discuss if ChatGPT was accurate on these.
Sounds good, bro.
Okay. Rich, materialistic, and flashy. And stuck up and pretentious.
I'm gonna say BC.
Nope, this is a city. Third clue is
city?
redneck or conservative. It's a city.
It's a city. Damn. Vancouver?
No, far off. Here, this is Calgarians.
Oh.
So Calgarians, rich, materialistic, and flashy. Got the big truck, you know, the big rims, big truck lift kit.
Some people, man, I cannot believe this person put that on the front of their truck. I'm gonna go say something to him. Who's the owner of this truck?
Okay.
You know, I've walked around downtown Calgary, right? And I have not had a hard time having a conversation with the locals. So I'm kind of iffy about that one. What do you think? Do you have any experience with Calgary?
Not much, bro. Like, whenever I go where I've been to Calgary, like, it's got a layover for a flight. Literally that's it. I went like once for a couple days. I was like in grade, I think I was 15 or 16 years old. and I was just hanging out with my friend's family. So I know everyone I speak to, they really like Calgary, but I never experienced that side of it, you know?
Yeah, I love Calgary. At least their house prices are still sane.
Yeah, especially with you out there.
It's like leaving BC, it's like, where am I gonna go? Am I gonna go back to Manitoba? And I'm like, But then everyone's like, Alberta's like the land of milk and honey, right? Like that's the new spot, is like Calgary.
Yeah, no, definitely. Past couple years, I know a lot of people there when they leave Winnipeg, they're either going to like Ontario, like Toronto area, BC, or Calgary has been. Yeah, a lot of people have been going there and enjoying it. So might have to try it out.
All right. I got one for you. I'm going to give you a quick hint that it's around Toronto. That's a hint. It's ghetto and unsafe. Driving is aggressively, and it's overcrowded and chaotic.
Like we talking GTA vibe or still on a like? Am I allowed to ask questions or no?
Oh yeah. I think it would be a greater Toronto area.
Ghetto while it's safe.
Ghetto or unsafe?
Ghetto or unsafe? Would that be Scarborough?
No. I'll give you another guess. It's kind of like Surrey, BC.
Kind of like Surrey, BC. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I'm stumped.
Brampton, Ontario.
Brampton. Oh shoot. Okay.
Some people stereotype Brampton as rough or dangerous place, often associated with crime, gangs, or lack of safety. This is unfair as it is a diverse and growing community with much more to offer. It also says it's overly immigrant focused, loud and obnoxious, materialistic and flashy, and uncultured or backward. That's some other rude stereotypes for Brampton.
Oh damn. Chat GPT really trying to trying to cause some fights with this one, eh?
Yeah, Chat GPT did not hold back, that's for sure.
Haven't been to Brampton, so I don't know if the stereotypes are true or not. But it's funny how Chat GPT said, unsafe, because I was on a call with one of my business partners and one of his friends, and he was saying that basically one time I think he was trying to, I don't know if it was some deal or something on Kijiji trying to buy a car. I don't know. It was something like that. And the one time he went there, like he got robbed or something. So yeah, a little rough out there, I guess.
Toronto's just crazy in general.
I think in 2023 I was out there like 5 or 6 times. I think last year I went out there like 4 times. So yeah, I'm out there quite a bit.
All right, you ready to jump back in?
Yeah, let's get it.
Many people stereotype as part of the yuppie or hipster crowd.
What is that, a plastic straw? It's disgusting. Remember the turtles, man.
Young professionals who care more about trends, fitness, and socializing than anything else. Second clue, arrogant and pretentious. Many people outside of stereotype as being snobby, self-important, or feeling superior to those from other parts of Canada, especially when it comes to their culture and economic influence.
I don't know what a yuppie is. What is that? Do you know what that is?
I guess if you were to like describe a New Yorker, right? Like very materialistic, very flashy, very like city.
Okay. Yuppie, hey? ChatGPT just call. I swear that ChatGPT calling every other city or province pretentious. But we got a few in Ontario. I'm gonna say this one's gonna be like Vancouver or Burnaby.
I'm gonna give you a third hint here, okay? City elitism. Some people think from other parts of Canada view this place as out of touch with the rest of the country, with this place stereotyped as thinking their city is the center of the universe.
It gotta be BC for sure.
It wasn't BC, but I agree with the third hint. It's Toronto.
Oh, okay.
This is what ChatGPT thinks of Toronto. Honestly, with the Torontonians, right? They tend to think that Toronto is the center of the universe.
I can see that. I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people from Toronto who don't think like that, but I also know some people where it's like Toronto's it, you know? And even when I know people like who think of Canada, it's like, Toronto or Vancouver. That's about it. So okay, that can make sense.
Do you have anything to argue the other two hints?
Mm.
ChatGPT is just calling everyone arrogant and pretentious, though.
Yeah, just calling everyone out. Yeah, I don't know. Like I guess it depends on who you interact with. Personally, I haven't haven't had many encounters with arrogant or pretentious people from Toronto. But when I go there's for business, so I'm just like with my team, my organization, and then yeah, that's about it. I could see the yuppies part though, for sure.
I haven't had a chance to put really boots on the ground in Toronto or walk around downtown or anything. I've flown over Toronto a couple times and it looks like a dirty radiator, right? Like when you open up, it's just like rusty from the sky. And I never really wanted to go there, to be honest. Like I put my foot down on the ground in the airport and I was like, okay, that's good enough. I'm back out of here.
Yeah.
But I've cousins from Toronto, right, that say Toronto is the absolute best. The nightlife goes till like 4 a.m. That it's city that never sleeps, and it's such a vibrant and lively on like inside the city. So maybe one day I'll have to take their word and go check it out. You ready for the next one?
We ready?
This one's hitting a little close to home, okay? Two hints right here. Hard drinking or rowdy, and aggressive and hostile.
That's all they said. Aggressive and hostile.
So aggressive or hostile, due to the harsh climate and isolation, there's a stereotype that this place residents are tougher or more aggressive, and that they can be unfriendly or suspicious of outsiders.
I better not be Winnipeg.
Close.
Is that Brandon?
No. I'll give you 1/3 clue here. Unfashionable or behind on the times. Some people assume that this place is behind on the trends, whether in terms of fashion, technology, pop culture, due to its smaller size and northern location.
Say Thompson.
Thompson, right on the
It's
button.
Thompson, no way.
Thompson, you need to do better, for real. If ChatGPT is calling you out for a town of 10,000 people, it's not a good look.
Yeah, I've been there a few times to teach dance. The studio I teach for and the people I interact with, amazing. I could definitely see how it could get a little aggressive, especially around the Walmart out there.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
The Walmart. That's the social hub of my hometown, is outside the Walmart.
Yeah, everyone pulls up.
I've seen some crazy shit outside of that Walmart. Some more stereotypes about my hometown. Uneducated or unrefined due to its smaller size and remote location, Thompson residents are sometimes unfairly seen as less educated or cultured compared to people from larger cities in southern Manitoba or elsewhere in Canada. Ouch. Look where I am today. Come on, I've grown.
Yeah, you made it out.
I made it out. Unfashionable or behind on the times, rural and uncivilized, and isolationist or stuck in the past. Thompson's not getting a fucking good rap here. Ouch.
Yeah, not at all. They didn't bring up Paint Lake or like any of the other stuff out there.
All right, Stedroy, you ready for another city?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
All right. So this one, a little bit west of you. There's a free hint. So this city is boring and isolated. This city is sometimes seen as dull and isolated, with little to do except work, which makes it the punchline of jokes about small town life. People stereotype the city as lacking excitement or culture. There's one hint, and another one is racist or intolerant. Some people believe that this city's residents are not very diverse, welcoming, or people of different backgrounds, unfairly stereotyping them as prejudiced or narrow-minded.
I'm gonna say Saskatoon.
Day drinking and partying. Some people think this place residents are heavily drinkers who love to party, often tying the city's reputation to a stereotypical hard living culture.
Oh man, I don't know why I'm still thinking Saskatchewan, but what about Regina?
That's it. Regina, apparently ChatGPT thinks you're all a bunch of racist drunks.
Yeah. That's crazy. ChatGPT gonna trying to start some fights.
Chat GPT definitely trying to start some fights.
It's actually funny when I went out there, I went there for a dance battle, and then my mom was like, "Be careful, the racists out there." Like, what? But again, from my encounters, it was pretty good. I didn't really get to check out the nightlife though, because only there for a short amount of time. I was in a dance battle out there, and then dance performed at a or taught at or performed at a festival, and then taught at a school out there. So
I love Saskatchewan. I had my first iced cappuccino from Tim Hortons when I was like 8 years old when we drove through Regina. Regina is so flat and boring though, but the people are good. You know, I love the people. I love the fellow Saskatchewans. The fellow Saskatchewans, you know, like they're easy. In Saskatoon, that whole city is ruled by curling and God. My one buddy said to me, Regina is so flat, you can watch your girlfriend and your dog run away from you for a week straight.
damn, it's flat. It's flat. They probably see them run all the way to Winnipeg, right? So
You could probably see Winnipeg through a telescope.
yeah,
If you had a gut feeling in your stomach about what this city is, could you take a guess? A random guess?
random guess. Winnipeg.
So here's the Winnipeg stereotype since you got it right off the hop. Winnipeggers, like residents of other cities, are not immune to rude stereotypes. Here are some of the more negative ones. Cold and miserable. Boring and dull. Poor or unsuccessful. Winnipeg often gets a stereotype for being a place for people who can't make it somewhere else, with a reputation for being economically stagnant or less successful than other Canadian cities. Ooh, ooh,
Damn.
ouch. I always knew
Yeah.
Manitoba was a trap though, bro. Like I struggled to get out of Manitoba, but very happy, you know. Some other stereotypes for Winnipeg. Hard drinking or rowdy, just like Thompson. Winnipeg is just a bigger Thompson, to be honest. Cheap or frugal. Winnipeggers sometimes get a reputation for being cheap or unwilling to spend money, especially on things like entertainment or luxury items, due to the perception they're always looking for a good deal. Do you have anything to say on that?
No, that one's definitely true. Definitely. Even with I'm on my second business now, but like, everyone's always, maybe this is everyone, everywhere, but it seems like everyone was trying to get a discount, everyone's trying to get something for free, or like, yo, let me go to the event for free or whatever, or discounted tickets. So I could definitely see the frugality playing its part for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely not BC. BC definitely stands for bring cash.
Damn, crazy.
I remember when my sister took me out for one of my first nightlife nights in Winnipeg. She brought me to this place called the Goodwill, and I was like, Goodwill? Like, why are we coming here? Like, I'm not looking for secondhand clothes. Like, it's so frugal in Winnipeg that the bars are named after Salvation Army, like.
Oh man, that's good. Honestly, like before I was 18, I always saw it. Then I heard people talk about the Goodwill, Social Club, all that. And I always thought it was like, yeah, I thought it was a thrift store. So I was like, what's going on? What's going on here?
You walk in and you like see some knockoff Lowe's like being sold for $2. You're like, hey, partying and I can buy secondhand clothing.
Yeah, you see some secondhand drinks there, only one sip done, then
Yeah, someone else didn't want this. We'll sell it to you for half price though.
Yeah, just a sip, just a little, basically brand new.
There are some compliments about Winnipeg though. These are terrible stereotypes, but honestly, to me, I find these to be compliments. Insensitive or blunt. Winnipeggers are sometimes portrayed as being overly blunt or even rude, with directness that comes off as impolite or insensitive.
I like to call it keeping it real,
I think I'm starting to lose a little bit of that in BC. I'm starting to get too polite. I remember I did this podcast about a year ago, right? And I still had my Thompson mindset, right? Like I brought a big energy with me. Like I was rude. I didn't give a fuck, like I was there to say what I said. Just like, bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead, So I was bringing that kind of energy, and people are watching my interviews now, and they're like, who is this guy? He's so different, you know? He's not the same as he used to be. Well, get used to it. People change. That's life. You want me to bring my Winnipeg back? Because I will. Not sure if you like that, BC.
Bring the Thompson back.
Bring the Thompson back. Everyone here is going to suffer. Everyone here is going to suffer if I bring the Thompson back. As the next compliment, gritty or rough. Some stereotypes portray the people of Winnipeg as tough, gritty, and rough around the edges, often tied to the city's blue-collar roots and industrial background. That's a compliment. Thank you, Chat GPT.
Yeah, I like that one. That one's good.
Okay, we got 2 more cities for you here before we wrap up for the day. How you feeling about that?
We're good. We're good.
All right, big city. This city has its fair share of rude stereotypes, often shaped by the city's wealth, culture, and social scene. Here are some of the harsher stereotypes. So, 2 stereotypes. Snobby and fake. People say this city can be cold, cliquey, and only friendly to the surface, leading them to the term city what? Freeze. Another stereotype. Obsessed with money and status because of high living costs and real estate prices. Some see this city as materialistics, always chasing wealth or bragging about their condos.
I don't know if we said Vancouver before. Vancouver?
It's Vancouver. What are some terrible stereotypes that you have about Vancouver?
I see a lot of people that say go and move in there, just to move there, right? No plan. They just get out there and it's like, I made it, you know? Like, we up. So it's not really a stereotype. I just see that as a trend. It's like, oh man, I made it. But it's like the point of making it out there, in my opinion, if you go to a city, it's like you've grown to a point where, you know, you're good, then you're chilling, you're actually tapping into, let's say, the bigger community, networking and everything, not just going there and then doing the same thing.
That's funny. Yeah, we made it. I just sold my $300,000 house with a front yard and backyard to move to a $500,000 condo shoebox. Yeah, we made it. We freaking made it.
Yeah, with two roommates.
You want to hear some other stereotypes about Vancouver while we're here?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. So we got hipster elitist. There's a stereotype that everyone in Vancouver is a craft beer drinking, thrift store shopping, kombucha making hipster who thinks they're better than you.
Damn.
Terrible drivers. Many Canadians joke that Vancouver has some of the worst drivers, with people ignoring road rules, refusing to signal.
Good luck, everybody else!
And panicking in the snow. Honestly, I just got back from Vancouver about 3 days ago. They're like, it's either they're driving slow or they're fucking blowing right past you, right? There's no in between. Yeah. Either they're the slowest drivers in the world or they're fucking racing NASCAR, so.
Yeah, there's no in between, eh?
No. But there's me with my little hand signal, you know, raising my hand out the window. Hey, thanks for letting me merge, you know. Weed-obsessed stoners, nature snobs, and over-politically correct. There's a view that Vancouver is full of people who are hyper-woke, easily offended, and constantly virtue signaling.
Super woke. I can see that. I can see that for sure.
Sorry, Vancouver. I have no chill. Probably one of my least favorite cities, but that's okay. Winnipeg, still number one. Still number one. And then maybe Edmonton if they win a Stanley Cup.
Winnipeg might. Those guys have been doing pretty good.
Well, it wouldn't be fair to just single out Vancouver and not add this one last place. Stedroy, for our last city today, I'm going to give you 2 more hints. You know what? I'm going to give you 3 hints, and then if you can't guess it, I'll give you a 4th because this one's a little bit more difficult, okay?
Yeah.
This city has their own set of rude stereotypes, often shaped by the city's unique culture and demographics. Here are some of the harsher ones. Old and boring. Because this city has a large retired population, there's a stereotype that it's slow-moving, sleepy city with nothing exciting happening. Anti-Vancouver. Some say this city looks down on Vancouverites, thinking their city is more cultured and charming, while Vancouver is too fast-paced and materialistic. Third, passive-aggressive. Some say this city won't openly confront issues, but will make subtle, polite-sounding jabs instead. So very passive aggressive. Can you guess the city?
Fredericton.
Poor Fredericton. What did they ever do? I don't even know anyone from Fredericton. People used to say Manitoba doesn't exist. You know, they're like, people live in Manitoba. Yes, people live in Manitoba. Obviously, look at me and Stedroy. We're here. So yeah, people live in Manitoba. Just to get that through your head. But Fredericton, have you ever met someone from Fredericton?
I have not. I haven't even been there. Yeah, I have no idea. I was just throwing out a city that we
I
didn't even
forgot
say
that
yet.
place even existed. All right, one more hint. Hippie environmentalists. Some people view this city as overly eco-conscious, obsessed with recycling, biking, and protesting anything that harms the environment.
Didn't really help too much, but let me guess St. John's.
You are way too kind to be roasting cities, I think. But this one is near and dear to where I am now. Victorians, you just got called out by Chat GPT.
Oh, it's Victoria, him?
I'm sorry, Victoria, but like I said, Chat GPT just called you out. I think you're just gonna have to live with it. Stedroy, you got anything to share with us before we call it quits for today?
No, nothing to share, man. I mean, I just want to say thank you for having me. Yeah, it's been amazing watching you do your thing and, you know, just trying out new things and looking forward to just watching you just grow the channel, grow the brand and everything. And if you're watching, hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, that's about it, bro. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, go check out Stedroy's social media channel. His fucking career will absolutely delight you. Also, thank you, Stedroy, for joining our Rude Stereotypes game today. I had a blast. We're definitely going to have to play this game again sometime. Maybe you'll guess a few more cities. I think you're too nice to be rude stereotyping cities. And
yeah, maybe we'll do a list where I was like, I'll give you places that I've been.
Deal. Chat GPT, you're absolutely brutal. Thank you for lighting up all these Canadian cities. Until next time, this is Heartless Chat. Have a good night.
I know the ops, man, I'm getting money and I'm flexing.